Hello, this is not a spring chicken. There's so many things going on in this world, like, oh, maybe Sharia law being done in Egypt, or better yet, us being invited to participate in a gastronomical film festival in Spain. Well, for now, we're going to bring Oldecam along with comments on the headlines of today. Obama warns against violence and urges Cairo to institute reforms.
Isn't that amazing that, this is the same guy that basically says, you can't shut down the internet over there because it's bad, and he's got an executive order for killing the internet in our country and all telephoning out. But it's only going to be doing for the good of the security of our nation, which is exactly why they're doing it in Egypt and Yemen and in Tunisia and all those countries.
Well, you know, he doesn't plan on using it. It's just in case, right?
Well, yeah, just in case, yeah. Yeah, that's flip-flop Obama, folks. He's only going to use it if it gets that bad because of the Tea Party and their incivility.
And Dalai Lama calls for probe into cash found at monastery.
Okay, I know I got flip-flop Obama today, but that was sort of a ridiculous thing. Why in the world? He has nothing really to do with what's going on in Tibet anymore. So I think he thinks that people are selling him out over there, which is why he wants to know why the cash is there.
If the government falls to Islam, then it is Bush and the Republicans' fault.
This is why I got flip-flop Obama, because of the fact that Republicans are responsible for I can talk to all the Muslims and they will listen to everything I say. And I believe in democracy unless it is a democracy movement like it is in Iran and it's being led by Muslim extremists in Egypt, Yemen, Tunisia, and Syria, and Lebanon, and Jordan. So other than that, no.
Did government stretch healthcare stat?
Would I have said something that wasn't true?
Mm-hmm. And House Republicans plan their own health bills.
Isn't that amazing? I mean, once again, I'm listening to the pundits yesterday. The Republicans are just trying to be obstructionists. They have no real plans. They're not concentrating on jobs like the people elected them to do. Isn't that exactly what the Democrats did for 2 years? Actually, they've been doing it since they took control in 2006. Republicans have had nothing to do with foreign policy, nothing to do with all of this stuff, except there's like 3 or 4 Republicans that spend money like you can't believe anytime Obama asks for it. But
despite China's might, U.S. factories maintain their edge.
Because our factories are all, our workers actually get paid, so they have an incentive other than the fact that we're going to send you to some labor camp if you don't work. And the labor camps don't produce as well as our paid workers do.
And Florida judge could escalate battle over health care reform.
Well, they think they think another state is going to rule it's unconstitutional.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they said Obama has had 2 states that are liberal states with liberal judges appointed by Jimmy Carter say that it's constitutional. But when it goes to states that aren't liberal, which are 28 states now that are filing in their states, he's going to lose every one of them. But he's going to be civil, just like he told the people over in Egypt, the government. If the people don't like what you're doing, then listen to the people.
Russia says it's too early to talk now tactical nuclear weapons with the United States.
Can we say, flip-flop, that they're doing exactly like most of the people predicted they were going to do? Once they got this treaty signed, they weren't going to pay any attention to it. They're going to do as they saw fit, which most of the Republicans didn't know they were going to do, but Obama, no, they wouldn't do that.
Yeah. Chinese censors restrict news and discussions of unrest in Egypt.
They don't allow anything like that to be shown in their country because it might lead. Remember, they got almost 2 billion people, and the military. There is the thought that during the Chinese Revolution under Bush, that all of those cannon fire that you heard in the background was an entire division of Chinese troops fighting it out with the government. That division.
Oh, really? You mean Tiananmen Square?
Yeah, the division vanished. It went off the rolls like it never even existed. So they think the Chinese government slaughtered an entire division of soldiers. And obliterated the memory that they ever existed, and they can't have what. There's not, basically the troops are basically going to shift over. If they think that 1.5 billion people are uprising against the government, they aren't going to fight those people. 1 million, 1.5 billion, 1 million soldiers, 1.5 billion. Yeah, that's sort of one-sided even for them.
Yeah.
You know, machine guns were invented because of Chinese.
Oh, really?
Because they would do attacks against the British and other fleet forces, and they would overwhelm the people with single-shot revolvers and rifles. So they invented the machine guns to stop their overwhelming attacks on them.
Oh, and you mean that it just didn't have to do with Jackie Chan in the movie?
No, it's got to do with it's just a fact. It's just like the 45 caliber pistol was invented to stop Indians, that were followers of Kali, because when they would get on one of their, they would get all wound up a dervish. Nothing could stop them. A regular pistol couldn't stop them, so they would simply have to shoot them with something bigger and heavier, which was a 45.
Chinese censors restrict news and discussions of oh, we already know that.
Yeah.
And Obama will move political operations to China. I mean, to Chicago. I mean,
yeah.
I've got China on my mind. What can I say?
Axelrod left this morning. Oh, you're gonna love this. That we think there's going to be an open field in the election against Obama this year for the Republican Party. But Mitt Romney has a lot of good ideas, and would probably be the leader of the Republican Party, except for the fact that the Republicans hate health care, and he's responsible for it. But basically, they're telling Republicans, we're scared of Romney, so nominate him, which means they know they can beat Romney on health care alone.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Tearful Ernest Borgnine honored by Hollywood's actors.
Oh, we've met the man, interviewed him and stuff. He's a great big teddy bear. I've worked with him, and I mean,
he's got that like infectious smile.
Basically, he starts laughing too at people. He just is just like he's a super nice guy. He is exactly as he says he is. I mean, like he can't figure out why anybody thinks he's. Why all attractive women be attractive? But he's got a whole, he's 90, going pushing 100, still working on a daily basis, and all the little kids know him from SpongeBob SquarePants. He's one of their main characters.
I know. Well, you know what? He loves it. I think it keeps him alive.
Yeah. Well, okay. There's no way on earth somebody that's in the physical condition he is in could get insurance to work, which means they're having to carry him on the books on their own policies. Mm-hmm. Because Ernest Borgnine is like, if James Garner hadn't had a stroke, James Garner would be out there working every day in front of the camera instead of voiceover behind it.
Mm-hmm. And France has maintained its ban on gay marriage.
Yeah, we're the only, virtually no Western country allows gay marriages, folks. I don't even think they're really keen on it in the countries that allow gays to be openly gay. Gays in the military? Yeah, but they do, okay. All these people are Christian countries, and the Bible says thou shalt not, and they do take that literally. Marriage is between a man and a woman, not between a woman and a dog, or a woman and a kitty cat, which is basically what that leads to.
Heart disease risk cut by phone counseling, study shows.
Okay, there's got to be the most asinine thing on earth. Heart problems happen. I mean, yesterday, everybody knows that I have a problem too. So, I guess yesterday when I was running to do some photography on a beach boat, that what I should have done was stop, not do the shooting, get on my cell phone and say, I pushed my heart too fast getting it to this spot. Can you tell me what I should do? Well, let's talk for about an hour and a half on your cell phone and basically go through your plan. I mean, that sounds like some cell phone company to basically spend more money, folks.
She's just a mom.
That's the whole trick. Basically,
what's that for?
The Democrats, they don't like mothers that aren't liberal Democrats. So when they talk about, she's just a mom, which means we discount anybody that doesn't look like, like they were stevedores or truck drivers.
Oh, is that what that is? Hundreds march outside Koch brothers.
Yeah. Basically, it's the unions after anybody that contributes to progressive. If you contribute to a progressive Democrat that wants to stop spending on unions because the state is flat broke and there is no more money to raise in taxes, they want to shut your business down to teach you a lesson. This isn't about Republican governors or mayors and legislatures. This is about Democrats that are wanting to stop the spending. Mm. They want to teach them. They want to send a message.
Gates says Pentagon faces financial crisis.
Yeah, because they can't cut the budget like the Democrats want. But for all practical purposes, Obama doesn't think so, neither does the cabinet. But for all practical purposes, we are now on a war footing, and he wants to cut back expenditures so they can have that money, just so he can say, well, I have balanced. I'm working at balancing the budget by trimming like $300 or $400 billion out of the defense budget.
And a Monty Bubbleism from the Mark Twain of the Animal Kingdom.
That if you continually tell foreign leaders that they have to do this and they have to do that, and then you in your own country won't allow people to do exactly what you've told the other leaders they have to allow them to do, doesn't that make you a hypocrite?